Hey YCC, I don't know whether you saw the news the other day. There's a young girl, she's called Sky Brown. She's 11 years old and she's trying to be the youngest Olympian in the world. In skateboarding, that's her thing, and she had this terrible crash. She was training and there's video of it on the internet, and she comes up to this ramp and she just comes off the edge, she misses it big time, and she really wipes out. She broke her skull, fractured her skull, she broke her wrist, and she was black and blue and unresponsive, and they had to fly her over to the hospital by helicopter. Well, while she was in hospital, she asked her dad to come in and film how she was, and she was all black and blue and her eye was swollen, and she said the reason she wanted to film it was because she wanted to show people that she wasn't a superhuman, literally a superhuman. And she said falling is a part of life, and she said, I'm no superhero, I've fallen. And she says Beyonce will fall, all of your heroes will fall, because falling is a part of life. And it really resonated with me, because I've got this piece of Christianese that I say sometimes, a little kind of saying where I'll say to people, keep on keeping on. And it comes from it resonated because in Paul's letters to the church in Corinth, he talks about keeping on. Because the other thing that this young girl, Sky Brown, said was, the other thing that I want people to know is, I'm not going to let the fear of falling stop me from going for my goals. And that's what Paul was saying when he was talking to the church in Corinth. He used language of athletes and Olympics as well. The Olympics is older than you think. It was going for 800 years before Jesus was born. And Paul says to them, to the church in Corinth, keep on keeping on. Even though you're scared, even though you've fallen, even though things are not as you want them to be, keep on keeping on. Push ahead for the prize. And so I want to encourage you in the church to keep on keeping on. Don't let the fear of falling stop you going forward. Don't let the fear or the disappointment of falling, wipe you out. Whether your falling is sin, then remember that Jesus said, if we confess our sins to the Father, he's gracious and he will forgive our sins as far as the east is from the west. That's how wide and how far our sins will be removed from us. So if you're falling, and falling for you is sin, then don't be downhearted. Get back up like this young girl did, because falling is a part of life. And if you're falling because you're exhausted and you don't think you can keep going any longer, then I want to encourage you to keep on keeping on. Because as Paul said to the church at Corinth, in the Olympics, only one person gets the prize. But in God's gracious mercy, we all get the prize. And the prize has been won for us through Jesus Christ. So, however today finds you, I want to encourage you, in the words of Paul, in the words of 11-year-old Sky Brown from her hospital bed, keep on keeping on.